my beautiful people. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Depends where you are in the world. It's a beautiful, bright afternoon here, and you can see the garden is really nice and sunny and beautiful. Um, and I hope you're enjoying the weather wherever you are, whether it's a cold weather there or hot, and keeping yourself healthy and looking after each other and yourself. I often talk about different issues or different things that we all face in our lives time by time. But I also clarify about that this is not about any particular person, or I'm not criticizing any particular person, organization, system, or government or anybody. It's in general my own personal experience or observation that I actually share with you, and then expect that, if there is something that I'm noticing, if you're noticing the same, then maybe either you can leave in the comments that you have experienced the same thing, um, or maybe if I have um, helped myself, God has helped me, the situation of the people, or somebody has helped me in a particular situation, and I found it, helpful. So if I share that with you, that might also help you with whatever that situation could be that you're having, if you're having a similar situation. Anyway, why I'm saying all this is just because um, today I'm just going to talk about that so-called help that we get from different volunteer organizations. Without saying the names, and people who live in England, they will understand probably who and what I'm talking about. But in the other countries, we have similar sort of NGOs and and non-profitable organizations, and people voluntarily work there. Now it's very big of those people that they offer this volunteer work, and they try to help people. So we should respect it, and we should be patient and polite and nice to them. But unfortunately, what is happening, sometimes what happens, I don't want to generalize it, um, and it happened repeatedly in last few weeks, and so I thought it's worth talking about. Maybe other people are experiencing the same. It's just there is help, but then you actually are sent back. I mean, I had some energy bills problem, and my supplier has actually sold the business to another supplier, and without me knowing about it. So I was literally passed on. I'm not a commodity, but still I've been passed on, sold out to that as a customer to the other supplier. And they shocked me. That was again a year ago or something. And they shocked me by telling me, when I tried calling my old supplier and there was no answer on the phone, then suddenly I get a letter saying, "Oh, you are with us now," which was quite surprising. And I didn't particularly like it, because I thought, like, I should not be passed on like this. I have my own mind to make up, and I should be given a choice whether I want to. If they are going from, they're selling the business out, then maybe I could choose somebody else. But anyway, so I continued with the new people, and I asked them to separate the two bills, because the previous supplier had, I had a disputed issue with, disputed bill with them. So they were trying to resolve it. They even changed the meter and everything, and then after that they disappeared from the market without even me knowing about it. So they've sold the business to the new supplier. Now the new supplier is not even going into the notes or details or anything, not checking the phone calls that I made to the old supplier. And why I'm telling you all this is just because, so as a result of that, I actually decided to go to some uh, volunteer organizations to ask their help. But funny enough, like sometimes we say we are offering help, but we make that help so impossible, because it's like catch 22. You just keep going in circles with them. So what they were saying to me, "Oh, what about those calls that you made? Did you give the meter reading?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." I mean, I was put on the call for at least 1.5 hours. I'm not exaggerating it. And the music was going on. The gentleman was so rude, telling me that he will put the phone down at me if I interrupt him. I was not interrupting him. I was very politely trying to remind him that it's not what he was thinking it was. And when he was talking, he was going at double, triple speed. That that he was not even stopping. I could not possibly put a word in. So all that rudeness. If you're frustrated in your life, if you're not happy, if you think that you are not positive in your mind, I think it's really dangerous for you to become a volunteer somewhere, because then you think, oh, I'm doing a good work, I'm trying to help people, so nobody can say nothing to me. But on the other hand, you're actually not coming from a all good place. You're actually, you yourself are troubled. No, we all can be troubled. It's not like nobody's complete, nobody is like all happy. But what I'm saying is, if you don't have a control over whatever you're going through in your life, and then you go out and become a volunteer, it's a disaster. It really is a disaster. Because then you will say, hey, I'm not charging anything, I'm doing a volunteer work, so be respectful to me, and don't say this and don't do that, and you'll become offended by anything. You'll get triggered by anything that I was talking about. Like, people get triggered easily when they are already not happy inside. Anything can trigger them. So this is what was happening with this gentleman. In the end, I actually finished that call literally disappointed and crying. I was not crying because whatever he said and whatever he did, I was crying for him. I just felt so sorry for this gentleman. I thought, like, he's trying to do a good job, but he cannot do it because he has not worked on himself first. So wherever you go, if you're trying to become a volunteer, it's a very good thought. It's a very good gesture, seriously. But please first look at your own circumstances. Don't go out try helping other people if you can't help yourself. So the first person who needs your help is you. And then you can help other people. But if you in yourself are feeling helpless about anything, whatever the reason, if you are feeling troubled by life, relations, circumstances, finances, whatever, health, if you have those challenges and you think like you cannot keep a balance and you're not really in control of your own situation, don't go out and say, I want to be a volunteer, because then that good work will turn into a disaster for other people and for you too, because you feel more frustrated. It's not going to help you, because you will think like, I'm doing a good job and why people are not appreciating it. But because you are already so frustrated, so insecure in yourself, or so full with full of anger or resentment or you're depressed, whatever it is. So if you are dealing with that kind of emotions and you've not really done something about that, when you go out helping other people, you cannot help them because you've not helped yourself first. So this is my really to those people who are trying to become a volunteer. I really, really appreciate it. Salute to you people when you do it. But please, it will become more troublesome for other people and for yourself if you are not sorted in yourself. So that's first thing. And the second thing is, people who are dealing with these volunteers, sometimes they take their frustrations out. And it's not just about the volunteers, it's also about any supplier. You know, like when you're talking to, I know people are becoming more and more insecure in themselves. So if you even, like I said in my some other video, that if there's not much furniture in the house and you're standing in an empty room, almost an empty room, and then you're talking and your voice is echoing, the other person will start saying, hey, don't raise your voice, I'm going to put the phone down at you. You're not raising your voice. You know, every little thing triggers people who are already triggered inside. Every little thing will annoy people who are already angry inside. Every little thing will scare people who are already scared inside. So please, whenever you get this emotion from outside, like you're thinking like the outside source is giving it to you, somebody is making you angry, they're not. You were already angry. Somebody is making you sad, no, because they're not. You were already sad. So you have to take care of what's going on inside you. And then you can deal with the outside world. And same goes with other people who, whether you're dealing with a paid employee of some organization or an individual, or you're dealing with a volunteer. So please, I mean, if you're in a bad mood, if you're really frustrated, say, like, I was obviously not happy about what is happening with my bill, but I had to work on myself first. I had to sit down and say, like, okay, this is what I'm going to say. This is my query. This is what I'm going to inquire about. And compose myself and my words and everything, and then, call them. Because if you go boom out of nowhere, like, okay, you saw your bill and you, oh, what is going on here? And you call the other person, you're not going to make no sense to them. And also, that person has not personally done it to you. So it's not their fault. So it's not your right to take it out on them. So be respectful to people. Be considerate. If you are in a bad mood, in a bad phase of life, in bad circumstances for any reason, to be honest with you, nothing is bad. Everything comes and goes. Everything comes to teach us something and then goes away. As the quicker you learn the lesson, the quicker it will go away. So just remember it. But don't be so sensitive. Don't show your insecurity all the time. This is a sign, the biggest sign of insecurity, when people are, oh yes, actually yesterday I was out, nice bright day, and I went into, this place is called, I'll say the name here, I will, Robert Dice. Yes, Robert Dice, they are quite actually a good shop. I love going there, and I think many other people do that. As soon as I entered, actually, it was also my fault because my phone was in my bag and I couldn't see the time. So I asked the lady, what time is it? And she didn't answer me. Then again, I asked, do you know the time? She didn't answer. And then another lady said, she's asking the time. And she said, oh, but she didn't say please. What time is it, please? So all about words, insecurities. The woman must be having a very difficult life. I feel sorry for her. Being defensive, all the time being defensive. What are you defending yourself from? Why you think like the whole world is like you're standing at a border or something? Like there's always a war around you. Why? Why it can't be peace around you? Why you can't be at peace? If somebody forgot saying please, just wait, they will say it. But at least answer the question. I mean, I don't know how please will fit in this. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, yes, it's nice to say please and thank you. Definitely. This is how we were brought up. We grew up. And this is what I taught my children. But just tell me one thing. If somebody's entering in and they just want to know the time, hey, what time is it, please? Yeah. But they can also say, do you know the time? I mean, I don't know. I normally use the nicest words I can. But and I didn't use any bad words. I just asked the time in the simplest way I could. But no, being picky about, like, you didn't say please, you didn't say thank you. Insecurities. These are the biggest insecurities. When you're so in that self-defending mode all the time. Hey, are you attacking me? Hey, you're being rude to me. Hey, don't raise your voice on me. What is this? What is this? Even animals don't do that. Even they can take things easy sometimes. You're getting worse. We're getting worse than animals. We're always in a defensive mode. Why? Why we cannot be relaxed and let go and overlook the things sometime? It's not self-respect. It's not you being ethically right. It's not that you are the most civilized person. You're there to teach people. And if somebody didn't say, an old woman like me, I mean, I'm really in my 50s. So if I say thank you, please, I think at every age we should say that. But I just walked in and said, what time is it? That's what I said. And she was like, oh, if she would have said please. And the thing is, when I was, if you talk like 20 years back, when I used to deal with people, that time again, when people were being rude to me, I used to wonder why. Why is happening? Why this person is doing this? Sometimes I also used to get offended by that, of course. When you're young, you're very reactive. You shouldn't be actually, but you can be reactive. Because I'm quite an emotional person, and that's not the excuse, but what I'm saying is I am quite upfront with the things. So if I didn't like something that somebody said, if I did not be rude in return, I at least told them that I'm not liking it. What are you saying? Why are you saying this? Or I walked away. That was my reaction most of the time. Prior to that, when I was in my teens, my reaction was something that I don't want to mention here. Because I know, even the young people must be watching this video. Not that I was killing people, God forbid, no. But I could get physical with people at that time. That was my reaction. But then gradually, as a person, when you work on yourself and you start developing more, then obviously you try to get rid of everything that is not making you a nice person. That is actually not good for you and for the society. So gradually I learned to express in different ways. If I'm not happy with something, then now I'm at the stage where I don't even express. If I'm not happy about something, and especially walking on the roads or wherever, I don't feel the need. Then I try to feel, to be in their shoes, in that person's shoes. Then I try to feel like, think why this person is behaving the way he's behaving or she's behaving. Maybe they're having a hard time. Like I mentioned, the girl in the shop the other day, the managers. So I had more time, so I went up to her and had the conversation, all that, and things felt and looked more and became more relaxed. But obviously not all the time you have that much time. And not all the people are so welcoming for your help. Some people are just so closed off. I mean, I remember a long time ago, my neighbor, he came to my garden and started literally yelling at me, like front garden. And he was standing there, he knocked at the door, and he's like, "Oh, your grass is growing and it's not good for our property. You're devaluing the whole neighborhood's properties, blah, 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 blah." I was standing there listening to all this. What is going on? Why out of nowhere? He could even talk to me properly, but why he's screaming? And he was like, "F this and F that," all that swearing and everything, swear words. And I'm thinking, And the lady across the road, she was also a neighbor and also a friend of mine, she came up and she stood there and she was like, and she tried to calm him down, but I was not saying anything. I was only saying, "Yeah, I'll get it done. Yeah, I'll get it done. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll get it done." Not because it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you stupid. The person who's behaving like that, they are actually not in the best human form at that time. So ignore it. Try to ignore it. Try to deal with it, as a human, not as animal versus an animal. No, don't do that. So anyway, and then after I was going to pick my children up from the school, and when I came back, she was so terrified. She even came to my door, knocked. She rang the bell, and when I opened the door, she was like, "I'm really sorry it happened to you. Do you want to call the police? Do you want to talk to somebody about it?" I was like, "No, what happened?" And I had almost forgotten about what happened half an hour ago before I was going to pick my children up. I'm telling you the truth. I really was not bothered. That time I felt for him, that what is happening with him, but that's it. But then when she said this, "Do you want to talk to somebody about it? Do you want to call the police?" I said, the poor guy, he just got divorced. He's our neighbor. We know his circumstances. He's got 3 young girls. He's looking after them. His mother died 2 years ago. Maybe financially also he's not very sound at the moment. He's facing so much at the moment. So maybe he just needed a situation or person or somewhere to take it out. And she's like, "Why you?" I was like, "Why not me?" It's okay. I mean, how did it hurt me? It didn't affect me because I knew it's all about him and his situation. So once you have that self-control of dealing with the situation, you are in better power. You are in better position to deal with the things. I'm not saying boss people around. I'm just saying be your own boss. Be your own boss. Once you're your own boss, then you can control the things around you. Control not in a bossy way. Control means you can deal with the situation in a better way instead of going like this. No, don't do that. So anyway, have some empathy, be sympathetic. What we call weakness is not weakness, that's wisdom. So know the difference, understand the difference, work on yourself. You can't change the world, change yourself, because this is your world, this is you. And you will see everything will be smiling around you, like everything is smiling around me. You also keep smiling, because life is so beautiful.